one win streak will end tonight. Hello everybody, welcome to the Humber North campus where we are inside the Hawks' nest. Zach Benoit alongside me is my broadcasting partner, Mr. Matt Hamill. Matt, we got a doozy for you right tonight. It is the Humber Hawks hosting the St. Clair Saints, and it's going to be a good one.
You mentioned win streaks on the line. Humber undefeated on the season. St. Clair winners of their last 4. And St. Clair, number 2 in the province, only in the West Division, second to the Humber Hawks. St. Clair winners of 8 of their last 9. 2 great volleyball teams. National anthem moments away.
Like you said, a national anthem moments away. It's also seniors night, so right after the national anthems, we'll be honoring 2 senior players on the Humber Hawks, Alex Krastonisic and Stephanie Armstrong. But for now, we're going to be stepping away and throwing it to our PA announcer, Dwayne Bowles, for the national anthem.
Hi there, and welcome to the nest here at the Humber Athletic Center for this matchup between the St. Clair Saints and your Humber Hawks. When asked you can please stand if you're able, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. First, although only being here for a year, she has made an immediate impact on the team and provided some maturity and leadership. We're excited that she chose to join us while taking a post-grad. It was the first time a coach Wilkins recruited an athlete on the golf course. Thank you for your contributions and consistent efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 3, Stephanie Armstrong. Alex has been a key part of the Hawks for a number of years and has always been there to lend an ear to her teammates. Although she plays with a quiet presence, and she has been a force to be reckoned with in the league for years. We appreciate everything she has done as a leader for our program. We will miss her greatly. Ladies and gentlemen, number 7, Alex Krastonisic. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the 2023 senior class. A 5'11" middle in Hamilton, Ontario, number 7, Krista Nichols. A 6'9" center, Orlando, Ontario, number 9, Chantal Lamont. A 5'4" center, Windsor, Ontario, number 15, Emma Clemens. A 6'3" middle at Emersburg, Ontario, number 16, Jamila Policeman. The starting number 9 Ontario, number 2, Michaela Socks. The head coach for the St. Clair Saints is Jimmy L. Turk. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach Chris Wilkins. A 5'5" center out of Pickering, Ontario. 5th-year senior, number 3, Stephanie Armstrong. A 5'11" middle out of Scarborough, Ontario, number 4, Kiyomi Ellis. A 6-foot middle out of Toronto, Ontario, 5th-year senior, number 7, Alex Kerstanisic. A 5'11" right side out of Toronto, Ontario, number 10, Hannah Manners. A 5'8" left side out of Uxbridge, Ontario, number 13, Erica Dawn. A 5'10" outside hitter out of Vancouver, BC, number 14, Leah Serlin. Your starting libero out of Ajax, Ontario, number 2, Alex LaChapelle.
You heard it right there first. The player introductions done. The senior honors are done as well, and we are ready to get things going. It's seniors night here at the Hawks Nest in Etobicoke, Ontario.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that's going on tonight, Matt. There's big stakes for this game. And you look at it for the side of St. Clair, they sit second place in the West Division right now, a game up on Conestoga. If St. Clair wins this game, they clinch that second place in the West Division. But if they lose, Conestoga has a chance to jump them in the standings. So big stakes for the side here of St. Clair, but also big stakes for the side of Humber, because head coach Chris Wilkins has an opportunity to have 11 undefeated seasons under his ledger here.
Yeah, no, that's a big point you made there, partner. Certainly 11, potentially 11 perfect seasons for Coach Wilkins on the line tonight. And this season, eclipsing the 400 win mark, not just Chris, but his brother Wayne, coach of the men's team. Humber will start this game with the ball. We'll talk a bit more about those seniors throughout the broadcast. Nice ceremony pregame.
For sure, and leading things off for us, Leah Serlin, serve over, serve good. Received by St. Clair, hit down the line, tipped off the fingertips, and it'll go straight to St. Clair. They'll get the opening point for us. Something else to look at is the perfection that really has been this Humber Hawks team, is that Humber, they start off the season, ranked behind VIU, Vancouver Island University, And the VIU actually lost to Camosun on February 9th, and Humber now is the only undefeated team in women's volleyball in the country. That's a nice tip over right there by Kiyomi Ellis.
Yeah, and speaking of VIU, they'll actually be hosting the national tournament this year in Nanaimo. And before that, though, the OCAA championships are going to be right here in
Nice
Sheridan.
You said it. OCAA championship hosted here, just down the street at Sheridan.
Yeah.
Just down the street. Kiyomi Ellis right there with a fantastic service ace. This time trying to go across the court, not going to be able to get it over the net. So point right on back to St. Clair.
Serving for the Saints, number 15, Emma Clements.
All tied up at 2 here, Zach, and really such a big game. We saw Humber on Thursday, just 2 days ago in their game, not playing many of their starters. A few different faces in the mix, but you kind of get the sense full strength ahead for this game with the lineup we're seeing out there for Humber.
Yeah, very important indeed. You know, that's the point right there going towards St. Clair. You kind of might have in the back of your mind for Humber especially is how are we gonna play? You know, one game away from a perfect season, perfect regular season, and so how are we gonna perform? Serve over right there by St. Clair Strong. Armstrong's gonna go out to Dodd, but it's gonna be right into the back line. St. Clair is gonna get a hit out of this. Serlin on to Armstrong. Quick one to Krstanosic, and the fifth-year senior gets the point.
Serving is number 3, Stephanie Armstrong.
Serve over by Armstrong's good. First ball up, first ball good. Hit over, does it catch the back line? It does. Nice hit right there by Chantel DeVloek.
Yeah, DeVloek, good looking strike there as St. Clair now retaking that lead.
Kiana Huggins now, serve over. Received by LaChapelle. Erica Dodd with the heavy hit, and right there, 13 gets her kill. And just back and forth action we are treated to so far to start off this one. It's going to be a highly contested game. The first and second seeds in the West Division face off in the Hawks' Nest. And ball missing that back line, so once again, St. Clair will take over.
Yeah, you know, St. Clair's record on the season, Zach, 13-3. Now comparing it to the 17-0 of Humber, a bit of a disparity, but 13-3, very impressive. And like we mentioned, St. Clair coming in on a 4-game win streak. They've won 8 of their last 9.
Ball falls over. It was Hannah Manners that got it over, and St. Clair couldn't get it up and over the net. So point to the Hawks. And like you said, they've won 8 out of the last 9. So they are a team that they have those winning ways. Humber also undefeated. St. Clair on that 4-game winning streak. So like I said at the start of the broadcast, it's gonna be one winning streak coming to an end as a big hit at the net.
Yeah, senior Stephanie Armstrong kind of felt maybe a bit all alone up there behind the net as that was a wide open shot and allowing St. Clair to get that 1-point lead back.
I believe that was number 16, Geneva Husman, that went up there for the hit. Armstrong, quick one to Kiyomi Ellis, and nobody's going to be able to get there in time. Number 4 has herself a kill.
Kiyomi Ellis didn't see a ton of action on Thursday in that game against Redeemer. Humber pulling off the victory in that game to keep the perfect season alive.
Husman trying to tip it over. Manners saves it. LaChapelle setting up Serlin. She's trying to go to the back line, but can't find it. And St. Clair will roll on again, leading it by 1 right now.
Yeah, that time Serlin didn't quite get the right part of the hand on it, and sailing just a bit long from that back line.
Serve over, it's good. Ball to Armstrong, a little bit wide, but Manners doesn't care. She still hits it over and gets the point for the Hawks.
About 6 feet away from the net, and Manners able to elevate as we get a look at the replay here. Just a powerful shot.
At one point in the season, you know, Hannah Manners was up there, top 5 in swing percentage. She shows it every game why she's in that top 5. Rolled down the net. First ball to Armstrong, good. Going out to Dodd, blocked. Can't be kept up. Never mind, it is over the net. Armstrong tipped to Cass Andrews. Oh no, St. Clair can't keep it up. But what a first attempt it was by St. Clair right there to keep it alive, to almost get the point. You know, Erica Dodd hit it into that wall, and the Saints weren't able to get anything out of it, but it looked like the play was dead, Matt.
Yeah, Emma Clemens was able to get a hand on it, unable to corral it, but a good save by St. Clair earlier in the rally. But point
Armstrong
goes to Humber.
back to Dodd, not gonna catch the line.
Yeah, there's Dodd with the blast up front. We usually see her connect on those. In fact, Humber offensively very efficient. The hitting percentage for the Hawks leads the OCAA, so we will see likely Erica Dodd connect on a few more of those later in this game.
Armstrong heads up play at the net right there. Fifth-year senior on her senior's night, getting that one over the net for the point.
Armstrong, yeah, you mentioned her senior night. She's her hometown of Pickering and has really just been an outstanding collegiate volleyball player.
And Leah Serlin, oh, excuse me, no, it was Kiyomi Ellis getting another service ace. I believe that's her second on the night.
Let's go back to Stephanie Armstrong. She competed in the OUA for the Nipissing Lakers, 55 matches there, and was actually named the OUA Rookie of the Year and put on the OUA All-Rookie team. So some impressive competitive experience for Stephanie Armstrong, not just here with Humber at the collegiate level, but also the university level.
You know, you bring in that veteran, you bring in the leadership, someone who's been able to win those awards and has had a phenomenal career in collegiate sports. So maybe this is the push that Humber needs to try to, you know, take on that CCAA. You know, it's been a steep hill that they haven't been able to climb over top of yet. We were talking about it before the broadcast. They've had 10 perfect seasons, but it's been tough because they haven't been able to get over that CCAA bridge. As another point right there goes towards the Hawks, and Armstrong will be the one to go to serve.
Now, speaking of that veteran leadership, Alex Kristanisic, the other senior being honored by Humber here tonight. It's a phenomenal career for the Hawks.
Going out to Manners, and Hannah Manners gets the kill.
Well, early on here in this game, Zach, we've seen lots of powerful hitting from the Hawks up front. That's been a big difference maker. We're still neck and neck here, kind of going tit for tat with points. Just a 2-point lead for Humber, but the play up front has been dynamite.
First ball over, good. Set up by Clements. Can't get it. Tipped down the line. Does it catch it? Yes, it does. And St. Clair will get closer to tying it up. We've gone back and forth here so far in the first set. Nobody really able to get a footing to extend any kind of lead. Serve up, hits off the top of the net. Armstrong there, and Kristanisic tried to hit it over, but didn't get the power she wanted. So we're all tied up once again. Kiana Huggins is the one to serve here.
Still haven't seen a couple key players for Humber. Ara Talan, who has been red hot late in the season. We'll wait for her to check into the game. She's yet to see any action here this afternoon.
And you talk about Ara Talan. In the previous meeting between St. Clair and Humber, Talan led the Hawks with 18 points. And now that win, a 3-1 victory, came all the way back on November 19th. So we'll wait her entrance into this one. Hit over the wall. Did it get a hand? No, it did not. So Humber will get the point. And again, it was DeVluc trying to hit it over.
Humber has not lost many sets all year. Now, one of them they did lose early in the season was actually to the St. Clair Saints. So maybe St. Clair looking to channel some of that success, a bit of success they found earlier this year against the Hawks. Krista Nichols serving now.
Nichols serve over. LaChapelle receive. First baller Armstrong good. In the backcourt for Erica Dodd. That ball already going back towards the net. Joust at the net, but it will be given towards the Hawks. I believe the ref signals a ball net violation. And so much power off of the arm of number 13 in white. That ball was hit to the backcourt and somehow flew all the way to the net once again.
Alexis Stewart checks in for the Saints. You know, Humber not just on a 17-0 regular season. Actually, Humber have won 25 consecutive matches in OCAA competitions. So a couple of streaks looking to be kept alive here.
For sure, as Manners trying to get a point there, not going to be able to catch the line. No, excuse me. I believe that the ref signaled it was off fingertips.
Yeah. Manners was immediately campaigning for a tip, and it looks like she got her way.
This is why I wear the glasses and have to get my eyesight checked every few years. And a service ace right there by Hannah Manners.
Just got to start upping your baby carrot intake. They said that's good for your vision, right? The carrots.
Yeah,
There's a look at our
I think it was.
Replay of that service ace. Back
First
to live
ball,
action
good.
now.
Quick one, hit over Husman. And that's that height coming through. 6'3" in the middle right there, number 16.
Yeah, using the height to her advantage with that blast, and now making her team's deficit just 2 points. So just a pretty thin lead for Humber here in set one.
Haven Fanier served over. Did it catch the line? It did. Looked like LaChapelle had a good read on it, but I guess just a little miscue.
Well, sometimes that is the highest IQ play, is to let it fall out of bounds, but that one was actually just inside.
Kept up. LaChapelle will just hit it over. Clements going to Husman. Erica Dodd keeps it up. Armstrong to Manor. She'll hit it to the side. Does it go out? It does. Back and forth we go between two juggernauts here in the OCAA.
Yeah, love the matchup of number 1 and 2 in the OCAA West here.
Dodd to Armstrong. Quick one to Kiyomi Ellis. And she'll get the point.
Yeah, both teams have so much firepower here, and it's really been on display in set one. Should be an exciting afternoon here as this game continues to grow. And Serlin checking out momentarily, Zach.
And Reese Cholette will be checking into the game. Hit over. Gonna be just at the net. Diving body on the side of St. Clair. Not gonna happen though, as Erica Dodd will be the winner of that joust. And the first timeout called of this game is by the St. Clair Saints. Humber up 19-17, and Matt, back and forth action is what we've received here.
No kidding, and I think that's a good coaching decision there by Jimmy L. Turk, head coach of the St. Clair Saints, as we're getting into crunch time here. Humber kind of in the shadow of that 20-point mark here in set number one. You know, we've seen timeouts really, if you rewind to Thursday's matchup, Humber took on Redeemer. Those timeouts were quite effective in kind of turning the tide. Now let's see if out of this little break, does St. Clair get on a bit of a run, or can Humber just continue piling on the points and capture the first set?
And you see it on your screen right there. Head coach Chris Wilkins. He was actually the first coach at Humber to hit that 400 career games wins.
Unreal.
I believe that was back against Fanshawe on January 19th, and phenomenal. I mean, he 21 years here, has a chance to have 11 perfect seasons. Matt, that's over 50%. If my math from graduating the radio broadcasting program has taught me anything, my math says having over 50%, that's pretty good.
So he's had more undefeated seasons than not, which is remarkable. And his brother coaching the men's team, Wayne Wilkins, doing some pretty impressive stuff over that side as well.
Husman with the big hit. And Reese Cholette couldn't get to that one, diving in the back court.
So a good move for the St. Clair Saints out of the timeout, capturing the point. Here's a look at the replay. Now, Zach, the last time these two teams met earlier this year, it was actually St. Clair who captured the first set. Humber would go on to win the following three, but let's see if St. Clair can channel some of that success they had.
Cholette, good ball to Armstrong, quick one to Dodd. And again, Erica Dodd, the power that comes off of her swings.
So LaChapelle checks out, and Alex Krstanisic back in the game. Here's a look at the replay as that ball went way into the crowd.
I've been saying it all year. I need a radar gun to see how hard that Dodd actually hits. Clements setting up Huggins, and Huggins will get the kill.
That one kind of fell in between a couple of Humber Hawks. Just nobody really going for it, although it was well hit. Just that 1-point lead for Humber. St. Clair with the serve, a chance to tie it up.
And again, on the side of St. Clair, if you're just tuning in, with a win today in the Hawks Nest, St. Clair can actually clinch second place in the West Division. So a big game for them, but Humber wants to upset it. And Erica Dodd, again, coming out strong for the kill. And just so much speed. You see it here. I was trying to get a point out, and I couldn't because of how fast the ball was hit.
Now, she's a remarkable hitter for Humber, but one of so many weapons the Hawks have. That's going to serve them well heading into the playoffs and the national tournament, potentially.
DeVluke trying to hit it. Armstrong put it towards the net. Kristanisic! That's a smart move by a veteran player. Went up and just kind of volleyed it over the net on the line. And another timeout called by St. Clair as Humber 3 points away from capturing set number 1.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get another look at that play. It was just not quite going to make it over the net. Kristanisic, the wily veteran, with a little soft touch, finding the line. Just a beautiful volleyball play. Alex Kristanisic, I mean, let's unpack a bit of what she's accomplished as a Humber Hawk athlete. She's won 2 OCAA provincial championships, a silver medal in there as well. And how about this, Zach? Kristanisic for Humber, she's also a 2-time CCAA academic All-Canadian, so really balancing.
So she performs on the court, but also in the classroom. And really, as a student athlete, that's all you can really ask for. And Matt, I'm gonna give you a little bit of trivia here, okay. Something that I learned earlier today.
Hope it's not a math question.
No, thank God. So there's only 2 Humber Hawks in the volleyball programs, men and women, that have been here from 2017. Can you name the 2?
Been here since 2017.
Since 2017.
Kristanisic and Jake Gomes.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
And Jake Gomes also on his senior night, and that'll be the men's game happening with an 8 o'clock start time. And we have a couple of seniors to honor for the men's side, and that'll also be a good volleyball game.
Exactly. Cannot wait for that one to get underway. But back into the action here. Clements to Huggins, off the wall and down. And the point going towards the St. Clair Saints. I don't know if you caught it over there. That's our social media.
Yeah, Megan kind of took a deflection there. She appears to be doing okay. I don't think it messed up her shot.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't disrupt the shot. She got right back in it.
Respect that.
One of the hardest working social media personnel we have here at HSN. Erica Dodd trying to get it, but the block comes through. LaChapelle sets up Manners down the line. Was it hit off any hands? It was not, so St. Clair get the point, and we are all, oh, excuse me, I thought we were gonna be tied up at 22, but no, St. Clair still down by 1.
22-21 is our score in favor of the Hawks, but really coming down to crunch time right now.
Huggins, serve over, good, Erica Dodd. Armstrong trying to give it to Kristanisic. Push to the back corner, no one is there, and you see her point, using her head right there.
Yeah.
That was Chantel DeVluke. And the heads-up play, you got to give credit where it's due.
And she's on the bench, and they're still fired up, and that's a big play to tie this thing up at 22, and the high IQ play to dump it deep into the Humber zone while a lot of Hawks were up at the net. And there's Coach Wilkins trying to re-strategize, because out of that timeout earlier, we're now dangerously close late in set 1.
It's just one of the things, you know, don't creep up too close to the net. And I'm sure Coach Wilkins is kind of reiterating that to his squad right here. But, you know, like you said, the set could not get any tighter than it is right now. 22-22 here in set number 1, Matt. We still have whoever knows how many more to go, a minimum of 3.
A lot of volleyball left, not just with this matchup, but yes, the men's game after this as well, and that should be some fantastic competition. Now, we've really been doing a lot of spotlight on the seniors, and we'll, of course, have the seniors honors in the men's game as well. Zach, timeout is done. St. Clair with the serve, and let's get the party started.
Kiana Huggins, serve up. Serve is good. Erica Dodd receives. Armstrong, quick one to Kristanisic. kept up. Clemens out to her hitter, tried to get it over, could not. And I believe that was actually Maleko trying to get it over, but pushed that one out of bounds.
Now Dodd serving for Humber.
Hawks 2 away. Erica Dodd serve over, it's good. Maleko couldn't get it. Heads up play at the net by Alex Krstanisic. Getting that one.
Now a chance to put the set away. Erica Dodd is arguably Humber's best server. She has the most service aces for the Hawks on the year. Can she dial one up now and put this game away?
13, serve over, good. Clements setting up the fluke, hit over, kept up. Joust at the net. St. Clair can't keep it up, and that'll be it for set number 1. Humber takes it 25-22. And the action's already kicking off, and it's only one set done. These two teams gonna go back and forth all night long, and I can't wait to see what the result of it will be.
Yeah, great first set action, Zach, here at the Humber College North Campus Gym on a cool but sunny day in Etobicoke.
Do you have the weather report for me there, partner?
A little chilly. I haven't been super dialed in, although I do moonlight at the Weather Network, but I'm not super dialed into the forecast today. Although, Zach, as we get a good look at the crowd there, we're going to be enjoying some mild weather, so we can look forward to that. But I'll tell you what, by the time the OCAA championships roll around, starting February 22nd at Sheridan College, Oakville campus, well, it should be welcoming maybe some cooler winter weather back into the fray, but I don't think that'll matter because things will be red hot inside the gym when we see certainly the St. Clair Saints and Humber Hawks working their way to provincial gold.
It'll be a battle to say the least. There's a lot of good teams in the OCAA. We mainly focus on the West standings. So, but just taking a look at here in the West as well, Humber obviously 17-0, St. Clair 13-3, Conestoga 12-4, then you have Mohawk who are 10-7. So a lot of good teams who are having a great year in the OCAA, and it'll just kind of come down to who gets hot at the right time in those OCAA playoffs. And this music is getting things intense.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know the DJ here, you know, the softball head coach, Dwayne Bowles, he's working the 1s and 2s with the music in the gym. Now, he's a big wrestling guy. I don't know if this is a wrestling theme song, as many of the songs we hear.
This one is. I don't know about the one before, but I know this one is.
Just doing some play-by-play on the music choice here, but
exactly.
You know, you talk about the Hawks have been red hot, and really it's been a number of years of red hot coaching performances from Chris Wilkins. There's a look at the St. Clair bench, as they are also having a phenomenal season, 11-3 to this point. Pardon me, 13-3. They've won 41 sets and lost 18. Humber has won 51 sets and have lost 7. So Humber is the best in the OCAA in terms of only losing 7 sets. Now, Zach, over in the East, we have some very competitive teams as well. The Durham Lords are atop the OCAA East with a record of 16-1. They have only lost 8 sets all year. And Seneca is number 2 in the East with a record of 14-4. So very interesting storylines, interesting dynamic as we are approaching, not far off here, the OCAA Championship Tournament. And of course, early March, the National Tournament on Vancouver Island.
Exactly, and that's like I was saying, you know, we mainly focus on the West Division, so we never really get a chance to take a look at that East. And there's a lot of good teams over there in the East Division. But we are going to be ready, getting things ready for set number 2 here. And Matt, I want to also say something that, you know, we obviously, when you think of Humber, you think of Sheridan for that rivalry. I think there's a little bit of a rivalry in the sense of volleyball against St. Clair and Humber, because back in 2018, St. Clair actually snapped Humber's OCAA record of 155 consecutive matches.
How rude.
So maybe a little rivalry brewing between these two schools, but nonetheless, we are back underway here. Block at the net. Hit up again, it'll be Humber ball, 1 too many hits. And the Hawks will start off set 2 in the right foot.
Kiyomi Ellis right in the mix there on that block, and now she'll be serving for the Hawks. Kiyomi Ellis, again, one of those lethal weapons for Humber, one of many offensive weapons for the Hawks. And we have a little conversation going on at the officials. There's the camera angle on it. I think maybe they're discussing Super Bowl picks. Who you got tomorrow?
Who do I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. The ref obviously said he's taking the Eagles, and St. Clair agreed, and they moved on. Down the net, and kind of the luck of the Irish right there for St. Clair. Hits the top of the net on their side, just kind of ricochets over and rolls down the net.
I don't know what you call that play, but that was just the ball is almost like static electricity, just clung onto the net.
As my buddy says when we play other games, it's the up and around a Ruski.
Yeah.
Serve over, good. And it catches that sideline once again. And I believe that was Geneva Guzman, again, who hit that service ace, and she's already had a big impact in the game.
Yeah, Geneva serving again. Let's see what she's cooking up. She's got 18 service aces on the season, make it 19 now.
Tipped over. LaChapelle, nice move to kind of get that ball over the net. St. Clair going to get a free play to this. Huggins tips it, nobody behind the wall. And St. Clair will get another point. And
their bench is also getting a little warning, too, to stand back. They're getting a little too into the set, but for understandable reasons. There's a replay of what we just saw. St. Clair starting off the set very strong.
I don't know if you noticed over on the bench. We saw it in the first set, you know. It was number 9, Chantel Devluc, pointing to her head saying big brain plays, and they're just doing it once again on the side of the Saints. But here we go. Hit, missing that back line. Humber gets a point right on back. It's battle of the big brain plays today. I guess is what the theme will be.
Oh, we're talking about some of these academic honors for these athletes, and yeah, that high IQ on display on a few plays tonight.
Armstrong, good serve over. Joust at the net. St. Clair keeps it up. Huggins hits it over. Serlin to Armstrong, over to Erica Dodd to the back line, can't hit it. And another point going the way of St. Clair.
So Dodd just not able to uncork on that one the way she typically does. Kind of sails away on her. Serving now, looks like Emma Clements. Trying to grow that lead for the Saints.
LaChapelle, good first ball to Armstrong. She sets up Manners. Cross court. Hannah Manners bringing the power.
Yeah, it was one of those dangerous hits. I was just heading right at a St. Clair Saints player. Too hot to handle. Let's take another look here as we'll get back to live action. Erica Dodd with the serve.
Good ball up. Devluc hits the back line. Dodd gives it to Armstrong, who serves it up to Serlin. And Leah Serlin gets in on the action up at the net.
Just a perfect setup for Serlin. Look the way she stepped into that ball. That was really a thing of beauty. Another look as Serlin just uncorks on it.
Dodd, too strong of a serve, missing that back line. And back and forth again we go in set number 2. I guess it's the trend that's going to be going on going forward here in this match.
Kiana Huggins serving.
Good first serve by Huggins. LaChapelle to Armstrong, to Manners, and Hannah Manners, another kill.
Hannah Manners is really looking good here today. I mean, she's looked fantastic all season long. Let's run back that play. Manners in her just her second year already such a contributor. Future looking bright for the Hawks.
So over by Kristanicic. Clements sets up Nickel. They can't get a play out of it. Ellis to Manners, who just hits it to the back. Huggins to Clements to Devluc. Hit to Kristanicic, but can't get it up. It'll just go to the back and fall out of bounds. And St. Clair will maintain that 1-point advantage.
Kristanicic checks out. LaChapelle back into the game for Humber.
And we have the noisemakers back out here in the Hawks' nest. LaChapelle to Armstrong, going cross court to Serlin, off the fingertips, but St. Clair keep it alive. Devluc hits it over. Erica Dodd can't get a hand to it. And another point going to the way of St. Clair.
Well, it looked like maybe Leah Serlin was going to have another chance to step into it, secure the point, but returned well by St. Clair, and hard-fought point. Saints up by 2.
Dodd Gives it over to Ellis, who sets up Serlin, falls inbounds. Leah Serlin gets the Hawks back on the board.
That time, the cross-court action from Serlin. Let's run that back. Finding the line. That was not an easy hit, but she made it look easy.
Setting up. Husman, does it roll down and out of bounds? So again, the Hawks will continue to roll, tying it back up 7 apiece.
Wasn't sure if the volleyball gods were going to give the Saints another holy roller along the net there. But.
Holy roller, I like that one. Clements going cross court to Maliku. Armstrong now will set up Manners in the back, tipped over. Diving bodies on the side of St. Clair. DeVoe, we smack it over, and it'll just go through the hands of LaChapelle. And St. Clair will take that advantage once again.
There's a second look at that play. LaChapelle was caught up in the crosshairs there. And DeVloot.
LaChapelle goes to Armstrong, who sets up Kiyomi Ellis. And the hops at a number 4.
Yeah, not a fun assignment to have to get in the way of one of these blasts from Kiyomi Ellis. And well placed as well, just out of reach as Hawks tie this thing up here. They captured set number 1. Hawks up 1-0, and all tied up here in set 2.
Serve over by Serlin. Clements sets to Maliku. Can't get it. Armstrong sets up Dodd. Cross court and kept up.
Wow.
St. Clair will just hit it over. Free ball. Armstrong going again to Dodd. Diving bodies on St. Clair. Can't corral it. And it's Erica Dodd with the kill.
Yeah, Dodd could not be denied only so many times in one rally. And the second time was the charm there for number 13.
Was Rookie of the Year last year in the OCAA. And the sophomore campaign has been none other than sensational for Erica Dodd. Has another point going the way of the Hawks as they start to grow this lead.
You talking about maybe the budding rivalry between these two teams. You know, all-time Humber's women's team against St. Clair, 34-9 records. So certainly winning a large percentage, 75% win percentage for the Hawks. But in the OCAA postseason, these teams have split. They played 4 games, 2-2. So really, when it comes down to crunch time, St. Clair has really spoiled the party for the Hawks on a few occasions.
Stepping up when it matters, you know, that's sometimes how you got to play, and St. Clair has done that against the Hawks in those OCAA playoffs. Armstrong goes to Dodd, tip over, and the high IQ play. You can see the bench on the side just going down, getting into it, and both benches here have had celebrations. Hopefully we see it in the background maybe on the replay, but that was pretty funny to peer over and see as Ellis just can't get it over.
Yeah,
it's
great,
that top of the net.
Hey, great energy in the gym. Now, you talked about, you know, playing your best when it matters most, which reminds me, do you think Rihanna at the halftime show tomorrow, is she going to be performing at her best, Zach? Do you think she's going to wow America with
I
the
really,
big halftime
really hope
performance?
so. And if Jay-Z comes out to sing Umbrella, I will be very happy.
I think Jay-Z is going to come out.
That'll be very fun to watch. Tip over the net, diving by Manners. Is it kept in? No, just missing the court.
Serving is number 16,
You see the tip. It was Hannah Manners trying to keep it alive, but she couldn't. Geneva Husman now will be set to serve. Heavy serve over. Miscommunication on the side of the Hawks, and it's a service ace for Sheridan. And they've recaptured this lead, 12-11. Husman, serve good. LaChapelle to Armstrong, just tips it. Let's get kept up, hit over, into the backcourt, and down for the point. That was Nickel with the hit.
This has been a very close set number 2, and I mean, the set 1 victory for the Humber Hawks was by no means a landslide, but boy, oh boy, Hawks have their work cut out for them here.
Another big serve by Husman. Armstrong going to Dodd. That ball almost hitting the rafters, but kept up. LaChapelle hits it up. Serlin, it'll be a free ball for the Saints. Clements going out to Huggins, blocked, and nobody can get there for Humber. Another point to the way of the Saints.
Now checking in for Humber. We're going to try to switch things up as Coach Wilkins. Ara Talan. Right after this replay, you're going to see number 1 checking into the game. Let's see if she can be a spark plug as Talan, as we get a look there, she has been dynamite for the Hawks.
Husman, another strong serve, catching that line. And I don't know if you caught it, there was no spin on that ball, and a timeout called by the Hawks.
So Coach Wilkins trying to slow things down here, and for good reason. Really, St. Clair threatening to run away with it. 4 points to give them that 4-point lead.
I believe this is the biggest lead that St. Clair have had so far in the first 2 sets, and it's been a good one we've been treated to here on Seniors Night for the volleyball program at Humber College. If you're just tuning in, Zach Benoit alongside me, my broadcast partner Matt Hamill, giving the 1s and the 2s as he likes to always put it. But the Seniors Night, the Hawks women's volleyball team honoring 2 players, number 7, Alex Kristonisic, and number 3, Stephanie Armstrong before the game. So it was nice to see that they got their honors, they got the plaques. They've done so much for this program. Kristonisic, for the 5 years she's been here, has done so much. And even though it's just been 1 year, Stephanie Armstrong has done tremendous, tremendous work with this team to put them where they are today. And it looks like Cass Andrews will be checking on in.
So Talan will remain in for Humber. And yeah, Andrews coming into the game for Kristonisic. So interesting to see, does that kind of help, in addition to the timeout, help turn the tide for Humber? And we'll find out right now.
Serve over, Talan, over to Armstrong. Dodd will just hit it over. St. Clair will get a play out of this. Oh, joust at the net, and Cass Andrews already making an impact.
Andrews checks in, and a nice high IQ play of her own at the net.
The bench players jumping around. I mean, I looked over, and they're almost on the court celebrating. So you gotta love the energy coming out of the Hawks team here as Armstrong is set to serve. Ball over. Does it catch the line? It does.
Ooh.
Stephanie Armstrong, service ace.
Armstrong, fantastic work. She only has 9 service aces on the season. Not necessarily a huge part of her game, but stepping up big on Seniors Night.
Serve over, good. At the net, diving LaChapelle. Manners throws it to the backcourt, but it's kept alive. Hit by Huggins. Out of bounds, Humber Hawks point.
Very good turn of the tides for Humber coming out of that timeout, and a couple big substitutions there from Coach Wilkins. You know, you don't have more perfect seasons than not like Coach Wilkins without being pretty good at what you're doing here. So
into the net there by Armstrong, and you said it right there, partner. I mean, you don't eclipse 400 wins, become the first coach to ever do so, you know, by not having those game plans set up. But here we go on the other side. Clements. Serve over off the net, good. Dodd will set up. Armstrong, who sets up Cass Andrews, can't get it over. Armstrong going out wide to Manners. Cross court, not gonna go. St. Clair now, Huggins off the hands, Talan. Armstrong to Manners again, just tipped. Clements keeps it up. Set up for DeVloot. Armstrong to LaChapelle. At the net, joust. Not gonna go the way of anybody.
Great rally.
Humber gonna set it up. At the net, tipped, kept up. Manners goes up for the hit. And after the long rally, Hannah Manners puts it to bed. Humber point.
Well, we're getting treated. It's fantastic. OCAA volleyball here. We'll run back the end of that play. Manners, as she's done many times this season, putting the nail in the coffin on that rally.
Back and forth we go. You said it. Serve too far out.
Yeah, one of the members of the St. Clair Saints men's team, I think, made a very high-pitched noise during that serve, maybe to throw off the...
I thought it was a bird. We heard it a couple weeks ago.
Sounded like a rare parrot.
LaChapelle now to Armstrong. Sets up Ara to land, but into the net. Caught on the back foot right there was Talan.
Serving for the Saints is number 4, Kiana Onions.
To land with lots of power on that hit, but it was driven into the net. Let's see if she can maybe find her rhythm here. She just recently checked into the game.
Good serve by Huggins. Quick one to Cass Andrews in the middle. And number 15 makes her statement known.
Serving for the Hunts is number
Kiyomi Ellis popping back into the game for Humber now as LaChapelle heads to the bench momentarily.
Serve over, good. Clements going to DeVlute. And just again, the miscommunication as it catches that back corner for the side of St. Clair, who are up by 3 and are 6 away from taking set 2.
You know, Humber did a good job of kind of trying to erase that 4-point deficit, but just like that, St. Clair's comfortable lead is in the process of being reestablished.
Tipped over by Ellis, couldn't get it to fall. DeVlute gets it through the wall. Armstrong gives it to LaChapelle, who sets up to land. The power by Ara to land.
Heck yeah, partner. Talan checks in, and we saw her kind of miss hit earlier there into the net, but I think maybe getting warmed up, finding her groove, and that was a definitive blast, ricocheting into the cheering section.
Another serve up, serve good. Guzman gets the kill, and back and forth. Humber just hasn't been able to rally the points together here in the second set. St. Clair had that one little break, and that's what's pushed them out to this 3-point lead.
Alexis Stewart now into the game.
Checking back in to serve here. Third-year player is number 12, Alexis Stewart. Serve good. Armstrong, quick one to Ellis, tipped over. And it's up still, blocked at the net. Guzman with the big hit. LaChapelle keeping it up. Talan. Erica Dodd will just throw it over. Free ball for the side of St. Clair. Clements to Guzman. Kept up by Dodd. Joust at the net. Still alive. Hit over by St. Clair. LaChapelle gets it to Armstrong. To Talan. Blocked, but sails out of bounds. Humber with the point.
I mean, win or lose, I feel like no matter who you're cheering for today, you're getting a good volleyball game, which is really all you could ask for. Fantastic rally, and Ara Talan, who's had some big plays, is now serving for Humber.
Talan freshly entered. Here it is. Almost miscommunication, but there was. And there it is. Humber 1 away from tying this game up 20 apiece. As Ara Talan, the nice serve over. And a timeout called by St. Clair, and maybe a few seconds to catch our breath here, partner.
I mean, wow, hopefully the Super Bowl tomorrow is this good. I mean, this is very exciting, and we're kind of checking the heart rate maybe on the Apple Watch, because this is an absolute thriller, and even the Hawks coaching staff may be feeling a bit of the intensity. But Humber drawing near now. Just a 1-point deficit. You're checking your pulse. How's your ticker doing, partner?
We're doing all right. It's more the throat. Getting a little bit raspy. Good thing we have the Yeti water bottle. I'm just kidding. We're not sponsored. I wish.
No.
Brought to you by Yeti, keeping the water cold.
And there's a look at the team huddle over on the St. Clair side. St. Clair has been really having just a fantastic season. And really, you got to think coming into today for St. Clair, you know you're taking on the #1 team in the province up until this point. And what kind of performance can you have? And if I'm on the St. Clair Saints, I'm thinking, boy, I got a lot of confidence. Win, lose, or draw, they're hanging right in there. And in fact, set 2 have been almost leading the entire way. For St. Clair, I think a lot of positives to take away, and a real good chance to upset Humber and ruin that perfect season. I feel like we've talked about it a lot. We maybe put the jinx on it already, partner, talking about these undefeated seasons for Coach Wilkins. But
we've knocked on wood. We've had our fingers crossed.
Don't blame us.
I'm
not liable.
Exactly.
For any kiboshes.
We signed an agreement that we're not held responsible. Nonetheless, back in the action here. Ara Talan, serve over. It's good. It's a service ace right out of the timeout. 20-20 is the score.
Finding that open spot, and Tay Land showing she can get it done, not just up front, but from the service line. Look at this beauty.
Bloop. Just drops it in to no man's land. No one there to get it for the Saints. And we're all tied up. And St. Clair try to hit it over. Does it catch a line? It does. And that's just been a little bit of a backbreaker for the side of the Hawks.
Big response there from the Saints as they now reclaim that lead, and they'll look to grow that lead with a serve from Jordan Veneto.
Talan to Ferguson, newly entered. Blocked at the net was Kiyomi Ellis. And you hear the St. Clair bench and the fans for St. Clair getting up. And that's something that we don't see happen very often, is Kiyomi Ellis getting blocked.
Yeah, well, Geneva, oh no, you didn't. That was a mean block, a mega block, if you will.
Ferguson to newly entered. Hit over, and no, can't get it to fall. That was Tiana Stevenson, who's newly entered. But just back and forth action. I got a little bit mesmerized what was gonna happen there. I forgot I had to keep talking. As St. Clair will call a timeout, up 23-20.
And the Saints are fired up, and they're all giving the high fives to number 16, Geneva Husman, who's just had an absolutely catastrophic block and really taken a lot of the juice. I mean, we were all knotted up at 20 there, but St. Clair going on quite the run. You kind of understand why Coach Wilkins here is calling that timeout, is this set in danger of slipping away. But it's not like the Hawks have blown this set. I mean, they've really been chasing this set the whole time. St. Clair has been in the driver's seat. A chance to put it away for the Saints on the other side of this timeout. Zach, this song we're hearing right now, is this a WWE one?
I don't know. It sounds like it should be, but I honestly have no idea.
Sounds like a song you'd hear on the Big Shiny Tunes albums from back in the day. Those might have been before your time, hey, partner?
Well, you think about it, it's something scary, right? Humber's head coach, Chris Wilkins, coaching for 21 years. I'm 21, he's been coaching for my entire lifetime. And the scarier part is that he can have 11 perfect seasons with a win tonight. That's half of my age. To put things into perspective. But here we go. St. Clair into the net. And Humber gets the point right on back, as Kiyomi Ellis will be the one to serve.
Huge for Humber there, and these are big, big serves for Kiyomi Ellis.
Good serve over. Clements going out wide to Huggins. She'll just hit it over. Dodd to Ferguson. Back to Dodd. Across the net. Won't be able to fall. Huggins jousts at the net. Falls out of bounds. And St. Clair gets the point after it was hit off the hands of a Hawk.
Oh boy. No margin for error for Humber. Next point for the Saints will capture the set and even this thing up at one set apiece.
Perfect volleyball is what is needed out of the Hawks here. Haven Fournier will be the one to serve for St. Clair. Serve up, tipped over the net, good, kept alive. Dodd will just hit it on over, free ball. Clements going out wide to Huggins, tipped, Dodd keeps it up. Stevenson, Ferguson hits it to the back, it falls on the back line. Wow, what a play by Sydney Ferguson.
I think we got a game of the year in front of us, partner. We've called a couple here on the Hawks Sports Network, dating all the way back to September. And this is electric. Just a great matchup between these two teams.
Definitely up there, partner. And we're only in the second set, believe it or not. Stephanie Armstrong now, fifth-year player. And on her senior's night, will be the one to serve. Here we go. 24-22, St. Clair. Ball over, it's good. Clements going out wide to Huggins. LaChapelle there. Armstrong sets up Dodd, who hits it. Won't go down. Clements going again out to Huggins. At the net, Cass Andrews hits it over. It was a tight at the net. Huggins now hits it. Diving, but couldn't get to it was LaChapelle. And we're all tied up, one set apiece. St. Clair takes it 25-22. And talk about a flair for the dramatic to end off set two. Wow.
St. Clair capturing set number 2, but the real winners, Zach, everybody watching this
Everybody
volleyball
watching,
game.
wow.
fantastic stuff as the teams will switch sides. And
we're back. So I don't know if I was doing the call with you or with Manny, but a similar pattern is happening here where Humber won the first set 25-22. Now St. Clair wins the second set 25-22. Now if one of these teams wins the third set 25-22, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
The lucky numbers, I suppose.
I'm picking 2-5.
The final 25. Score in tomorrow's Super Bowl, 25-22 in favor of the Eagles.
Whoa, no, in favor of the Chiefs, obviously. But you see right there, some of the St. Clair Saints getting ready and warmed up for set number 3. We've been treated to a good one, and I'm sure all you lovely viewers at home have been on the edge of your seat, just like we have been here in the Hawks Nest. It's the final home game of the regular season for the Humber Hawks volleyball programs tonight against the St. Clair Saints. It's not the last volleyball game we will see, though, in the Hawks Nest, as we have a crossover game, I believe, next Saturday as well. And then Humber is host to the CCAA Men's National Volleyball Championship. So that is something you want to check in and watch. I believe it's on March 8th all the way to the 11th. I know you can double check that for me there, partner, but
we'll get our talented staff in the broadcast truck to check on that, partner, as we will look to, you said it, Humber is hosting that CCAA tournament. Now, I'm just getting word in my ears, Zach, that it's going to be March 8th when the CCAA's kick off here at the Hawks Nest, Humber College North Campus Gym, and then the National Gold Medal game will be played on March 11th, which is also my birthday. No, I'm just kidding. But it will be a big day regardless.
I was going to say, I'll bring the birthday cake. We'll have it here on broadcast. Or 3 cupcakes, 4 cupcakes, we'll see. Whatever the budget is looking like come March.
Man, oh man. Well, we can look and deal with March when we cross that bridge, because we have a February 11th volleyball game happening right before our eyes. That is really just incredible stuff. And we're about exactly 1 month away, ironically, from that CCAA national game on the men's side here in the Humber Gym. March 11th will also be in Nanaimo when the women's CCAA championship game is played. Will we see one of these two phenomenal teams in that mix? Perhaps. I mean, if they play like they played today, I think that's quite realistic.
I remember last year, it was around the OCAA playoff time, where I was on broadcast with another lovely broadcast that we're both accustomed to, Mr. Andrew Milani, and we got the opportunity to call the gold medal game for Humber basketball, the men's team. But that same day, we had 3 other gold medal games going on. So maybe we'll see it come March 11th. Nonetheless, on February 11th, we're in a deadlock here between these two teams. 1 set apiece underway in set number 3. Armstrong goes to Cass Andrews, but can't get it to go. Clements, quick one to Nickel, but up and alive it is. Manners just going to put it over. Joust at the net. Cass Andrews using the height to get the point.
Andrews has just been all fingertips up front. She's just dumping it down.
With my sore wrist, it hurts to go like that.
Yeah, okay, well then you be careful with that wrist, but Cass Andrews, keep up the good work, young lady.
Keep up the good work, indeed. Clements going to Nickel. LaChapelle over to Armstrong to set up. Dodd, cross court, landing on the line. It's Erica Dodd.
Ooh, I think the Hawks have learned how to putt. They have come out of this intermission red hot, looking like they've got a little fire in the eyes here in set number 3.
Armstrong, good serve over. Clements now going out wide to Huggins, blocked at the net, but no. It falls on the wrong side of the net for Humber. Hannah Manners got the block, but the ball falls at her feet, and St. Clair will get the point.
Emma Clements, who leads her team in assists by a mile, serving now.
LaChapelle, good ball. Quick one. Will it fly out of bounds? It does. It was a quick set to Cass Andrews that was blocked and thrown out of bounds. As Erica Dodd will be going back to the serve line. You see it here on the replay. It just soared all the way towards that Humber Hawks bench. Erica Dodd now gets the little roll off the net. Clements going out wide to DeVlute. Diving right there was Armstrong. LaChapelle's going to try to set up to land. It's going to be a little contact at the net, but it won't matter anyways, as St. Clair will get the point.
Hard-fought point there for St. Clair. Huggins serving now.
Noise coming out here in the Hawks' nest. Joust somehow is kept up by the Hawks. Clements is going to step to DeVlute, and it falls in bounds. And you see Chantel DeVlute with the big hit and the energy coming out of her.
Hometown of Wyoming. And she's playing out of this world right now. Number 9 for St. Clair, having a good day.
Going back to Manners. It's up and back over the net. Humber gets another play out of this. Quick one to Cass Andrews, blocked. Manners again, quick one to Andrews, and it's blocked again. Wow, the St. Clair wall coming through when they need to. It was Nickel at the net right there. Number 7 got 1, got 2. Big play right there out of the yellow and green team.
Boy, something special when you get a great game like this unfolding.
To land too high, and it'll sail beyond that back line. And just look at the energy right here on the bench. Our camera crew kind of caught a glimpse of it.
They're not doing it justice. The energy in here is sky high. I mean, great camera work, but it's tough to really represent just how much energy is bubbling up in the Hawks' nest right now.
Too hot to handle for Dodd right there. Off the arms and out of bounds. And again, St. Clair is just building the lead slowly but surely. Huggins into the net, and Humber will get a point back.
I give credit to the member of the Humber women's softball team who traveled all the way to the other side of the gym to make noise for that serve.
I will say that I don't know how many games it's been, but it's Jess McPherson, like you said, Humber softball player, who's brought the noise game in and game out. Big block, Kiyomi Ellis.
So Cass Andrews, McPherson now is lounging. We got to get a camera on her, but serve there from Dodds.
Up and alive. Just going to be a free ball set up for the St. Clair Saints. DeVlute blocked again. Ara Talan and Kiyomi Ellis.
Real back and forth action here. Humber started this set red hot. St. Clair roared back and was actually able to take the lead, but now Humber's evening things back up.
Good serve by Andrews. Going out wide. Not going to fall. Cass Andrews sets up. Manners at the net. Can't be stopped is Hannah Manners.
Again, more outstanding play up front. That's going to be key for Humber. Can some of those heavy hitters up at the net for the Hawks kind of dictate this play?
Good serve by Andrews. Clements sets up to DeVlute. Diving right there was Ellis.
Another
Armstrong going to Manners again, tipped over. Libero on the side of St. Clair gets it. Nichols blocked by Kiyomi Ellis. Armstrong goes to Ellis with the force out of her hand. Kiyomi Ellis puts that to the ground.
You know, we had earlier in that rally another high IQ play from DeVlute, but ultimately it was the direction at the net. Humber now with the lead.
Clements can't get it to go. And one too many hits for the side of St. Clair. Hawks are rolling 9-6 now in set number 3. Another conversation is going to be happening between Huggins and the ref. I believe the ref is asking.
Are you sure you think the Eagles are going to win?
Should I take Jalen Hurts over 30 rushing yards?
Yeah, what do you think? Patrick Mahomes,
what do you
2
think?
touchdowns.
Travis Kelce, first TD scorer.
Prop bet. Do you like heads or tails on the opening coin toss? Now even the officials are discussing.
Maybe they're discussing how many songs Rihanna will perform at the halftime show.
What song will Rihanna open with? So ultimately, all that deliberation, Zach, we've Going to stick with the call, and a timeout will be called after that.
Timeout to talk more about the Rihanna and the halftime show right there by the refs. No, I'm just kidding. But here we go. Humber has been on a roll. Ever since Cass Andrews started serving, Humber has been unstoppable. Up 9-6. And the play has just looked so strong out of the blue and gold team right here to our right, Matt.
No doubt about it. 9-6 in favor of Humber. Humber looking to improve their record all time against St. Clair. A win today would make Humber 35-9 against the Saints in the OCAA history books. And of course, Humber also looking to keep the perfect season alive. This is their final regular season game, and the Hawks could go 18-0, and we've said it a few times, but if you're just joining us, that would be Coach Chris Wilkins for Humber's 11th perfect season.
11 out of 21. Just phenomenal coaching, really. Phenomenal volleyball program is what Humber's been treated to for so long. And we'll look for that story to continue on here as we're ready to get underway. After the timeout, Cass Andrews, good serve over. Huggins with one receive. Clements going to the flute, blocked. No one there, and it will catch the line. Coming out of the timeout, Humber get the point.
That was huge, and again, St. Clair calling that timeout, but it's Humber able to steal the first point.
Too far is that serve. He'll go over the back line, and St. Clair right on back in the points. Serve over, good. LaChapelle diving. Armstrong pushing out wide to Talan. Nickel going out wide, no. Erica Dodd gonna get it. Now to Manners, off some hands. And it'll be Humber Hawks point.
Very strong performance from the Hawks here in set number 3, and especially out of that timeout. You would think maybe a chance there for the momentum to switch back to the Saints, but Humber has been smothering their opponent here in set 3.
Manners, good serve. Clements gonna go to Husman, and right there, entered on back into this game is Geneva Husman, and making the impact known. It's the height, the 6'3" is what she checked in at before this game. Making the impact. Serve over, will it go out? It does. Heads up play by LaChapelle to let that one go and sail out of bounds.
Ara now serving for Humber. Had an ace in one of her first few serves of this game.
Really, ever since she stepped on the court, she's been making an impact. Talan, good serve. Clements going to Benito. Bennett hit over. Pushed out wide. It's Erica Dodd off the hands of a diving Stocks. And out of bounds, Erica Dodd, the force, or as I said earlier this season, the wrath of Dodd.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, we are really witnessing Humber establishing themselves in set 3. Can they keep the momentum alive? Up by 5 right now.
Good serve over. Up and alive, just gonna be pushed over to the back. LaChapelle to Armstrong to Ellis. The 1-2 punch works. Kiyomi Ellis gets it to fall.
And this is when Humber is really at their best. You have all those dangerous players up front, all really looking like they're in their groove, and Kiyomi Ellis just slamming that one. And Ara Talan serving, but she's had some big plays at the net as well.
14-8 is where we currently sit in set number 3. Hits the top of the net and falls. Service ace again by Ara Talan.
1-2-3 ace.
And another timeout is called by St. Clair.
Well, now it's a 7-point lead for Humber, and certainly in the driver's seat now, and that's a contrast to set number 2. Of course, Humber winning the opening set of this game. Set number 2, St. Clair responded well, and now in set 3, it's Humber responding well, and you get the sense, can they close it out? And then, boy, oh boy, the great volleyball continues, partner. It's the drama needs no overhyping. I mean, this is just fantastic volleyball we got in front of us.
Both teams know the stakes that are happening here, and you look at it, Humber, if they win this game, they go the perfect 18-0 season. If St. Clair win this game, they clinch that second spot in the West. So both teams have something big riding on this matchup, and it'll be interesting to see how things will dwindle down in the closing sets of this first game of 2.
And now the timeout has concluded. Talayan is on a nice run of serves here, partner. She's continuing to put the points on the board for Humber. And it'll be interesting to see if the Hawks can kind of keep the foot on the gas here out of the timeout.
And you look, Ara Talayan has just been so impactful, to say the least, really. She's done a phenomenal job since checking into this match, and she'll be the one to serve here. Here it is, Ara Talayan. Serve up, it's good. Huggins to Clement. Quick one to Husman. Does it drop out of bounds? It does. It was the hard hit right there by Geneva Husman. And just phenomenal job.
Yeah, and again, it's the Hawks doing some good work up front. That time the block not quite falling the way Humber would have liked, but I like to see that big play up front by players like Ellis.
Does it sail out of bounds? It does. That was Ashley Maliku. Too hard of a serve.
Serving the Hawks is number 4, Keone Ellis.
I gotta calm my nerves, partner. This game's got me on edge. I need some of that Hawks Nest free popcorn, that famous popcorn.
The salty popcorn.
Yeah.
Keone Ellis, good strong serve over. Clements going out wide to Huggins. Big hit from number 4.
Yeah, Huggins that time getting all of that ball. We'll take another look as she's now put her team just within 6. Hawks were up by as much as 8.
And that's somebody to keep watching for the side of St. Clair. Huggins is tied for 11th in scoring. So someone to definitely keep an eye on for St. Clair. And here we go, serve over. LaChapelle to Armstrong, setting up Cass Andrews. No one will get there. Cass gets the kill.
Andrews has had the magic touch, and you see that time she's kind of shaking her hand. I think maybe she jammed up that finger on that blast, and she's still holding on to that finger. So hopefully Andrews is unfazed. But she stepped into this game in set number 2, and Cass has just been phenomenal. Very effective up front.
Good serve over by Armstrong. It'll come right back, so Hawks get a free play. Manners with the heavy hit on the back line. It'll catch it. And a great serve by Armstrong leads to a great hit by Hannah Manners.
Yeah, it's really looking like Humber's offensive play. It's got the mojo going once again. We didn't really see a whole lot of that in set number 2, but things are really firing here.
Clements going out to Huggins. She'll hit it over, and a miscommunication on the backside right there by Armstrong and Talayan. So Humber still holding on to a good lead, up 18-11. But now, St. Clair will be serving. And comfortable as ever is Jess McPherson over there in the stands making noise.
Yeah, she's got her feet up. She's got the noisemaker and
kept alive and up. Just going to be a free ball for the Hawks. Talayan to Armstrong to Cass Andrews, catching the line. Nice hit by 1-5 in white.
The home court advantage for the Humber Hawks. Lots of fans here making noise.
Erica Dodd served just a bit too low, and it'll hit the net. Point right on back.
So now Huggins ready to serve.
Serve up, and it's good. Dodd to Armstrong to Manners. Not a strong hit, but it gets over. DeVloot, and blocked, but up still. Dodd diving, couldn't get a hand underneath it. And the points will continue to come in for the St. Clair Saints. Only down by 6 now. Hawks lead at 19-13.
Pretty comfortable lead here, but Hawks are going to have to just shape up and close out the set. Don't want to give the Saints any room to get back into this one.
Dodd couldn't get it over, sails out of bounds. And slowly but surely the Saints aren't going to fall out of this one just yet.
You know, this is really do or die time for Humber in this set. You have such a comfortable lead, but you know, if St. Clair can crawl back within 2 or 3 points on a good run here, then this is up for grabs.
Off the net, Andrews keeps it up, and Ara to land out of nowhere. Hits that one down to the depths.
Yeah, to land, just bringing the element of power. Great blast.
Clements going to DeFlute. Diving was Hannah Manners.
That one might have fallen out of bounds, but the Saints do play
Huggins, heavy hit. Cass Andrews, good receive. Manners gonna throw it to the back line. Huggins is there. Quick one, over to DeFlute. Sails out of bounds. And it'll be point for the Hawks. You saw the St. Clair players saying off the fingertips, off the fingertips. I thought they were saying, here comes the money. The Johnny Manziel, you know?
The official thought about it for a second, but he had no corroboration from his sideline officials, so point for Humber.
Cass Andrews now, over to Armstrong, back to Talan, but it's blocked, and Andrews can't get there. Energy flowing on the side of the Saints right now.
The Bluke has been a key player here for the Saints today. It's really good battle here. Humber still up 6. Can the Saints go on a run and make a set out of this?
Reese Cholette, newly checked in, sets it up perfectly for Armstrong, who gives it to Kiyomi Ellis for the quick kill. Hawks closing in on their second set. Only 3 away. And it's Hannah Manners at that serve line. Clements, quick one to Husman, off some hands and out. St. Clair ball.
So just missed that rally, but ultimately it's going to forfeit a point over to the Saints, and DeBluke will be serving now.
DeVlute up to serve. Serve up, serve good. Good receive right there by Cholette. To land, tips it over. It's somehow kept alive. Kicked around, diving bodies on the side of St. Clair. They can't get it over the net. But we saw it's a smart IQ play coming out of number 1 right there.
Talan serving now.
Serve good. Clements, quick one to Husman. Diving is LaChapelle. Can't get it up high enough. St. Clair closing in. It's 23-17 now.
It's a tough spot to be in if you're St. Clair, but not impossible. It's going to be requiring near perfection. Otherwise, this set going to go in favor of the Hawks.
LaChapelle to Armstrong to Ellis. Kiyomi Ellis with the kill.
That puts the Hawks within 1 point of putting this away. Let's see that replay. Stepping into it, Kiyomi Ellis. She's now going to serve, possibly going to give Humber a 2-1 set lead.
Here we go. Set point. Ellis, good serve over. Clements going to Huggins, blocked. No one is home. Humber capture set number 3 and go up 2-1.
And boom goes the dynamite. Humber Hawks capturing set number 3. They now lead 2-1. We'll head into the 4th set, which could be the deciding set, but you know, Zach, it's been just back and forth. One team wins a set, the other one roars back, and it's just been that ping pong effect. Now, can Humber establish themselves? We're settled into this game, or does St. Clair come out? And really, we've been able to get a sense in every set we've seen so far. The team that's won that set has really established themselves early on, so I think it'll be really big coming out here in set number 4. Which team is playing the better volleyball right out of the gate?
And I'm happy to say I don't need to buy a lottery ticket. That one was 25-17. It wasn't the voodoo curse of the 25-22, but nonetheless, Humber up 2-1. For
Yeah,
sure,
you
they're
can
in the driver's seat
Put
right
aside the numerology for now, partner. And there's the St. Clair team warming up.
I need our PA announcer, Dwayne Bowles, to just play the John Cena theme song.
That's gonna get you
Wakes
energized
everybody up
right now. Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard it. So I've been in a with one of my friends. I've been in a WWE like binge for the last couple of weeks.
Okay, watching a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, and so John Cena, I didn't know how big he was. I never realized how much he wrestled in from 2010 to 2013 or 2014. But he's there a lot, and in his entrance song, I never realized it says, "I'll brush your mouth like Coldgate." Like, and I never thought of it. I'm like, that is a very clever line.
You like it. You know, wrestling, a lot of people give it a hard time. It is genuinely entertaining.
It is.
And what those athletes do, men and women, unbelievable. Now, look no further for inspiring athletes than the ladies in the gym here this evening. I mean, this has been such a good matchup just to bring things back to volleyball. I know oftentimes we stray into professional wrestling for some reason on the broadcast, but set number 4 coming up. I'm excited, partner. I mean, we are really being treated here. And I feel like whether you're a St. Clair or a Humber fan.
So I don't know if you caught it, but over in the Humber huddle, I think it was Reece Cholette was just getting into the music. It was just constant bobbing over the head and everything, just going at it. And I mean, no.
You say that, but now Tiana Stevenson, I just saw, she let out a big old yawn. So
it's two sides of the spectrum is what's going on.
And I feel you though, Tiana, because this game, it's kind of, I feel like I only got so much to give. I've been so excited and so into it. This is a bit of a marathon here. It's gonna need the Red Bull or maybe
it'll be
some simple carbohydrates to refuel right now, because
it'll be a quick stop to the convenience store after this to get
I need some
of
that gel.
energy.
You know, the marathon runners, they just have that like gelatinous goop, you know, when they...
Or the smelling salts, you break it.
Yeah, you got any smelling salts on your partner?
I do not, unfortunately.
Well, it might not be needed because we've certainly seen once the play picks up, the excitement is there, and we're moments away from set number 4. Who's going to establish themselves early?
And they're still dancing over the sidelines.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get your energy one way or another, right?
Hey, and you know, rule number 1, you got to have fun out here, right?
Exactly. It's like SpongeBob says, F is for friends, do stuff together. We'll continue that song later, but here we go. Good serve over. St. Clair gonna get a free play out of this. Huggins, heavy hit blocked by Ellis. Tip over, diving bodies. Manners will just throw it over. Another free play here for the side of St. Clair, tipped and alive. Manners out to Dodd, cross court. It's Erica Dodd getting the first point of set number 4.
It's kind of a bizarre rally, the first point of the set, but nothing strange or unusual about this blast from Erica Dodd. That's what we've come to expect from number 13.
One of these days, I'll get the radar gun, and we'll see how hard Erica Dodd can hit.
Kiyomi Ellis serving.
Good serve, joust at the net. 1, Cass Andrews gets the point.
And Cass Andrews back to her MO. Cass the wrist Andrews. She's just doing a little flick of the wrist up front, and it's been working for her.
You're gonna have to go up to her after the game and get her to coin that. Cass the wrist Andrews.
I think we could do better for her nickname, but it'll do for now.
Tip off the net. Clements, the Hoosman to land diving. Manners to Andrews, and it'll be a free ball for St. Clair. Clements tipped over. Dodd diving, joust at the net, won by Stevenson. And who says height matters?
Armstrong, unbelievable. Outmatched in terms of height, but not outmatched in terms of heart, as she's able to capture the point for Humber in an improbable play up at the net for number 3.
It's like former Blue Jays pitcher Marcus Stroman says, HDMH, height doesn't measure heart. And I believe flying off there was tape. It was tape on Erica Dodd's finger.
It's like a little ringolo. I don't even know how that would happen. How does the tape become dislodged in such a manner. It doesn't matter. The Hawks are up 4-0 here. Great start here.
I think
in set
about
number
3
4.
players on the court all saw it fly in the air and were distracted on what was going on. Kiyomi Ellis, heavy hit, can't fall.
All good things must come to an end.
That tape included.
Yeah, all good tape jobs
must come to an end. Huggins now, heavy serve, falls out of bounds. Humber up 5-1 in set 4.
Heads up play by Hannah Manners, and boy, that official is really working that flag right now. I was off camera, but kind of doing some rhythmic gymnastics, that official, with that red flag.
Armstrong serve over, good. Huggins, Joust at the net again. Cass Andrews.
Cass bloop, Andrews just continuing with that move up front, that little bloop right up at the net. And the Hawks are loving it, and they're loving this 6-1 lead here.
The listeners at home don't need to know what you meant, like the wrist when you meant bloop. They knew you were just dropping the wrist down. They could picture it in their minds, I'm sure, but that was, I had to mute myself up. I started laughing so hard.
I think I've done 3 bloops on the broadcast today, which is 3 more than usual.
That's 3 more than I think I've done all year, so you've had me beat.
Now, I like this timeout called by St. Clair because, boy, we talked about just how pivotal the strong starts have been here in this game. The teams that start well in the set typically end up winning. As we get a good look at the fans here, there's Jake in the yellow hoodie.
Or as I like to call him, Mr. 905. That's the voice of the 905 Toronto Raptors right there.
And to the left is the daughter of the Wilkins, former volleyball great.
It's a party over here on the Hawks bench.
You know, people really getting into the We Will Rock You right now.
It's a good song. I mean, you know, and karaoke song, I mean, it has to be up there in the top 5. Serve over, back to the action. Clements out to DeVoot. Can't get it to go. Dodd off the hands, and Erica Dodd. Doesn't matter if she has the tape on the hand or not. The power is still there. Hit over. Setting up. DeVoot. And blocked by Cass Andrews again.
Just fantastic energy in the gym here, partner, from the crowd to the players.
I'm a little sad that this is the last game.
I know, I'm gonna miss it. And missing the play of players like Armstrong and Kristanisic. We're seeing them in their final home game here at the Hawks Nest.
Talan sets up Dodd, can't get it to fall.
Final regular
Clements
season game.
to Husman, no, blocked. And it'll be point for the Hawks. 1 too many hits.
Boy, Humber really finding their groove here, and this game's been so good, so close. But you really maybe get the sense here at the 9-1 score, the Hawks are dialed in and they can maybe smell that perfect season here.
Go no wide, DeVoot blocked. Over the net, Humber will get a free ball out of this. LaChapelle to Armstrong, to Cass Andrews, off the wall, and it falls. Humber is rolling in set 4, up 10-1. And a timeout called by the St. Clair Saints. And Dwayne, get the music rolling again.
Cass Andrews here today, partner. I know you're enjoying the music, but I want to talk about the scoring by Cass Andrews. She's got 12 kills for Humber. She's leading any player on the court right now in terms of number of kills. And
yeah,
there's
for sure.
a look. We got some fast fingers over there on the sideline of the Saints. And for Coach Wilkins, can he capture the 11th undefeated season? Nice feather in his cap, and certainly accomplished so much for Humber and the head coaching role. And those ladies are heading out, they're ready to roll here. Now, who's this song by?
This is Toronto, Canada's very own, the rated R superstar, Edge. This song is great. This brings that. I just had so many childhood memories I just forgot about. Listen to this.
Now, another Canadian wrestler, Chris Jericho from Winnipeg.
Yep.
Yeah, Bret Hart.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Who I believe is from Alberta.
Yes, because I think that's where they say the Hart Dungeon is.
My sister actually went to school with one of Bret Hart's kids.
Really? Interesting.
In Calgary. But enough about me. We're out of this timeout, partner. And we have Johnny come lately to the court for the Saints. That's kind of holding things up. And we're all ready to go. Humber with the serve. They have a commanding 10-1 lead.
You said it. 10-1. Serve over, out of bounds by Armstrong. And St. Clair out of the timeout will get the point.
It's definitely what you hope for if you're St. Clair. You call that timeout, slow things down, try to reverse the tide.
Guzman up to serve. Heavy serve. It's LaChapelle. Can it get over the net? No. And it was just a little miscommunication in the back by Ara Talan and Stephanie Armstrong on that second ball, who was going to be the one to hit it. So St. Clair, another point back. So slowly closing this gap. Humber really ran away with it. But St. Clair now trailed by 7. Guzman again. Serve up. It's good. LaChapelle to Armstrong to Cass Andrews. Cass Andrews gets the kill.
Andrews is just playing so well, very nonchalant as well. Let's run that back. Another look here, number 15 for Humber, now with 13 kills. That's got to be a game high because nobody on the court right now has as many kills as Cass Andrews. And we have a big-time huddle going on here, and it looks like we have a member of the Saints getting looked at by the training staff. Maybe a bit of a tape job going on. Tape playing a big role in this game here, Zach.
And we will rock you back over on the PAs to keep the crowd in it.
You know, God bless these fans, but they're way off beat. I mean, they are. I mean, there's no easy way to say this, Jesse McPherson, but there we go.
And everybody stopped. Oh, come
no,
on.
Well, they
come
needed
on,
to
we'll
get back
it. We'll
on
get
beat.
it. We'll get it.
There they go.
There we go.
And they're off beat again.
Wow.
I mean, if you can't, We Will Rock You is kind of as easy as it gets, y'all. You got to be able to.
Humber, known for the athletic, not for the music.
Well, no, the dancing ability is something we've highlighted on the sideline for the Humber Hawks. But the fans, there they are. They're figuring it out. We'll get there. Hey, you know, and by the time we host nationals, we'll We Will Rock You beat down pat.
Yeah. That's in the practice plan coming up this weekend. Erica Dodd, serve over. Clements. And the block comes through. Cass Andrews and Ara Talan with the block.
Beautiful stuff there between Talan and, of course, in the mix once again, who else? Cass Andrews.
I'm trying to do this, but it's just...
You're trying to do the wrist movement. Be careful. You got those bad wrists, partner.
Bad wrist from bowling. And oh, man, Ara Talan going up and sending it back. Wow.
And everybody, you got to hang on to your popcorn for a play like that because everybody is going
replay.
Bananas in the gym right now. Talan herself very excited about that highlight reel play.
Serve up, good. Going towards the net. No one's going to be able to get there. Another point for the Hawks. Partner, I'm still trying to recover from that hit. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, that's easily the play of the game, that blast from Talan. And, you know, for St. Clair, Zach, they've already called both of their timeouts now, so no way to slow things down as there's a service ace from Erica Dodd. Things kind of busting at the seams for the St. Clair Saints right now.
We need to get a camera on Humber's bench because this has been entertainment the entirety of this
Erica
set.
Dodd had to push Sydney Ferguson out of the way. Sydney Ferguson was doing an elaborate celebration.
Free ball, Humber, Armstrong, quick one to Cass Andrews. Another point and another kill for number 15.
Unbelievable stuff. Number 15, Cass Andrews. Not the soft touch that time, not the bloop, but more of just a power shot. We've seen a lot of powerful hitting from Humber here in set number 4 and a commanding 12-point lead.
It wasn't a bloop, it was a blast.
Yeah, there we go. I like it.
Jordan Beneto is the one to serve now. Over the net, good. Dodd sets up Armstrong, who goes to Manners, blocked, and LaChapelle diving. Can't get there.
Yeah, that time Manners might have been better suited to go over the block with a softer hit because they were in position, and that's about as good as a block you'll see here.
Dodd to Armstrong, to Talan, who will just tip it to the back line. It's kept up and alive. Saints get it over. LaChapelle now goes to Dodd from the back line, misses the back line on the side of Saints, and they'll get the point.
You know, Dodd didn't quite convert on that shot, but I like the effort. Set up by LaChapelle, and just uncorking on it was Erica Dodd. And she's hit a few of those tonight, not that time.
LaChapelle, good first ball to Armstrong, sets up to land! Ara Talan, the strength.
Huge, and now giving Humber again that 11-point lead. And Talan has the power. Andrews serving.
Saints get the hit, blocked! Wall comes through, Kiyomi Ellis.
Kiyomi Ellis, Hannah Manners teaming up for that one. Hawks looking like they're gonna be able to run away with this match. All they need is 7 more points, Zach, and this game is theirs.
And a miscue right there. It's a service ace for Cass Andrews. And substitution, Kiyomi Ellis coming off and back on Alex Krstanisic.
So the senior back in the game, number 7, Alex Krstanisic. Other senior being honored tonight, Stephanie Armstrong, also in the game. She's been playing fantastic.
Clements going out wide to DeVlute. Too far, misses the back line.
And just kind of a heartbreaker for St. Clair. I mean, they were playing so well right there, neck and neck with Humber, trading blows, but set number 4, Humber really establishing their offense and running away with it here.
Huggins hits it over. Talan sets up. Manners off the hands of the block. St. Clair will get a hit. Nichols gets blocked by Ara Talan again.
Humber is the number 2 ranked women's volleyball team in the entire country, and they look like they could maybe be a debatable number 1 after the performance we're seeing here.
Huggins to Clements to DeVlute. Out of bounds. Humber on a roll. 3 away from capturing the match. Humber looking to be the only undefeated team in the country with the win here today.
Perfect season in the balance.
Joust at the net. Kept up. Out to Talan. Free play. Manners sets up Armstrong. She's going out to Ara Talan. Down the net and in. Ara Talan, have yourself a set.
Everything going the way of the Humber Hawks here in set 4. Cass Andrews has been so good. She's now serving for Humber. She puts it into the net. So some substitutions for St. Clair. There's Alex LaChapelle. Humber needs 2 more, and they've locked in a perfect season, and they're sitting real pretty heading into the OCAA championship starting February 22nd in Oakville.
Not enough power from Alex Krstanisic right there. She tried to get that one over on the little, it was a little bit of an awkward set. And here we go. 23-8 in set number 4. Humber has been on fire. Good first ball. Sets up Krstanisic. The big hit. And it'll be called a lift ball on the side of the Saints. Sydney Ferguson checking in for Manners as Tiana Stevenson checks in for Stephanie Armstrong, who has had herself a day. Phenomenal play at a number 3 on her seniors night, getting the honor she definitely deserved. As
Match point.
Yep, Sydney Ferguson on to serve for match point. Clements to oh, what a hit. Huggins, wow. 24-9, St. Clair has to be perfect. Over. Ferguson sets up to land. She tips it. No one's home. Just like that. 25-9. 3 sets to 1. The Humber Hawks have gone 18-0. And for the 11th time in his 21 years as the head coach, Chris Wilkins has a perfect season.
Unbelievable stuff for Coach Wilkins. Fantastic volleyball game. Tip of the cap to the St. Clair Saints. Came in really looking like they're going to be doing some damage at that OCAA championship tournament just a few days away. And Zach, we got to give a tip of the cap to our seniors. We had Alex Kristanisic. She's been such a leader, such a great human being to have around this program for all these years. And Stephanie Armstrong, you could say the same thing, and she's come in a bit later in her career, made such an impact, played such a good game today. I'm just so excited to see these ladies head deeper into championship play now that the regular season is finito.
You said it, partner, and again, we tip our caps to those 2 graduating seniors. Thank you for what they've done in the program for the Humber Hawks women's volleyball team. But we will step aside as the men's team will get ready to get set. So don't go anywhere. Get yourself a snack, get yourself some water, a washroom break, whatever. We got another good game coming up for you. Don't go anywhere.